Yeah, that pursuit stretched from here in Compton over to Inglewood, but this is where an innocent bystander was gunned down. His body was found right over here. And now we're learning Compton native and popular rapper YG is the registered owner of the SUV involved in this shootout.
YG. Now, he got himself in a situation. Correct me if I'm right or wrong. If you're from the ghetto or you're from the hood, your job is to try to thrive to be the best version of yourself to make it out of the situation. Give yourself better opportunities, not only just for you, but for your family as well. But for some strange reason, it looks like majority of these rappers, or sometimes these athletes, they tend to want to ride both sides of the fence. You see, they want to be professional, but at the same time hold on to the street side. And you see, the catch is, you can't do both. See, even in the good book, it said you can't worship two masters. You have to pick a side. I'm not here to preach religion, I don't. Either you're gonna be professional, or you're gonna be a gangster. You can't do both, you can't straddle the fence. For every person that tends to wanna keep both sides, we always see that either they end up dead or in prison. And that's where keeping it real can go wrong. But I wanna just give you cookie trails and how a person can have everything that they could possibly ask for and wish for, but still make some of the worst mistakes. That this goes to show you, money can't change your situation. Your mindset do.
YG tweeted he was in a recording studio all day, did not learn of the incident till afterwards. 2 weeks later, investigators served warrants at the Hollywood Hills home where YG was staying. Now, nearly 7 months later, 2 days before the Grammys, his arrest on suspicion of robbery. Authorities not identifying the robbery nor revealing the connection, if any, to the running gun battle.
Their timing sure is suspicious.
Taco Pina told us he expects the $250,000 bail to be posted this afternoon, and barring the unforeseen, YG will be at Staples Sunday to perform in the Nipsey Hussle tribute. And so we wait here at the jail complex, not only to try to speak to YG after he was released, but
it ain't about my opinion, because my opinion don't mean anything. It's about your opinion. Tell me what you think about it in the comment. Let's go ahead and look at this.
Bullet holes riddled this LA County Sheriff's Department patrol car. Some from an assault rifle fired at the deputies inside, some from the deputies themselves returning fire.
One deputy was struck. It appears that it was a graze wound to his right arm that continued on and grazed his shoulder.
The pursuit and shootout happened around 11:20 last night, starting in Compton, where the deputies tried to pull over a black Cadillac Escalade for reckless driving. That SUV registered to Keenan Jackson, best known as rapper YG. It's unknown if Jackson was in the SUV at the time, but whoever was opened fire. When a sheriff's helicopter joined the pursuit, it too was targeted. Surveillance cameras caught small parts of the pursuit. That Cadillac Escalade, investigators say, was armored with bullet-resistant windows. The gunman eventually dumped the SUV in Inglewood and took off on foot. One person was arrested, another escaped. A short time later, a grisly discovery along the pursuit route in Compton, the body of a man shot to death.
It appeared that he was possibly riding his bicycle in the area, and it looked as though he had dove for cover underneath a car.
It's unknown if that man was struck by bullets from the fleeing SUV or the deputies returning fire. Just the scene where he was found, though, speckled with at least 17 spent rounds from the suspect's weapon.
See, the thing about it is, what they fail to realize is, they take all of this money and then they invest it into the wrong things. They want to live up to this fairy tale lifestyle or this mafia kingpin boss, a fictitious facade that doesn't really exist. Not realizing that they're really not ready for the consequences and the repercussions that come their way, especially when their name is tied to or involved into something. They're quick to want to say they have nothing to do with it. So are they as tough as what they want to make themselves seem? Because when you're a boss, you take a hit on the chin. You don't have no reason to sit here and jump on social media, let alone talk. You let your lawyers and your money talk for you. In this clip right here is YG giving a therapist a breakdown on what he think happened and the reason why he got shot. This is back 10 years ago. You gotta remember, Drakeo died in 2021. Drakeo also left messages in his music and what he has done to certain individual, and so have YG too. They speak subliminally, and this is just a rumor. This is not something that is factual. See, you got to be accountable for the situation that you put yourself in. I get it, you got shot. Nobody want to get shot. You know what I mean? And it's a stray bullet. I could understand it then, where you're paranoid and stuff like that, but then we still had a decision because I've got shot before by a stray bullet. And I had to make up my mind whether I was going to be a victim or I was going to take accountability to know that I had a choice that day. I had a choice to walk on another block or just don't go in that area at all. We got to be accountable for our decisions that we make. And as well as knowing that everybody ain't meant to be around you, especially the more successful you become. You got to be very mindful of the people that's in your circle. Some people are here to pull you up or to lift you up. Others are here just to keep you down, crab in a bucket effect. But I digress.
Arrested at his home in Chatsworth early this morning, his attorney calling the timing here all too suspicious.
Keely is live. He's outside the Men's Central Jail where rapper YG is being held. Patrick?
As he had earlier with YG.
He's an individual who doesn't understand what they're talking about to the point where he thinks they're the wrong person.
YG was booked at Men's Central Jail. Last July, LA Sheriff's investigators said it was YG's Escalade that led deputies on a pursuit that became a running gun battle from Compton to Inglewood, ending when those in the Escalade abandoned it. One arrested, another escaping.
You're still in the trenches and stuff like that because I understand. I've been there. I've been there. But when it comes to certain decisions that we can make as far as where we choose to do studio time and the type of individuals that could come around. First of all, I never went anywhere where it was shady. Too shady. When I'm recording, I have to sit here and watch my back. That's how you're gonna make opulent, or if at that, great music when your focus is somewhere else, basically your safety. Because you don't know when somebody's gonna come in and kick the door in or try to kill you. I mean, I get it. I understand sometimes we can't help our circumstances or our situation. Again, this is cookie trails leading up to where we are now. Because again, some people can change their circumstances. And you know what the saying is, if you know better, you'll do what? Better. Once they ascertain all the things that their heart desired, why do they yearn for the very same thing that can take it away in the blink of an eye? This is where we fast forward into the present day, time as we speak, 2026. You're watching a buildup of in chaos, devastation, and self-destruction take place.
Hey, gang. Hey, I almost ain't make it to this motherfucker today. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look. I almost ain't make it, but I'm in this motherfucker. Look. Oh, hey, I woke up. The motherfucking TMZ said, I said, oh, blood. No. Chin out, chest out. What's that? I get blood immediately. Try to get my nigga. Gotta be quicker than that.
This is why I tell people not to rely on viral clips, because headlines travel fast, but context, it actually tends to come a lot more slower. But if you think the story ends right here, you might want to ask yourself this question. Why is it that the investigators are still looking into Drakeo the Ruler's death? And why did they want to pull YG aside just to have a conversation with him? Again, it's not about my opinions. It's about what you think. Let's go ahead and watch this. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to clear up something real fast because there's a lot of misinformation that's circulating around this bad boy right here. Now, what we do know is YG was detained. We don't know the real reason why he was detained. Could it be that it's something also pertaining to Drakeo the Ruler's murder? Yeah. When it comes to the feds or the police, they tend to want to build cases. And when they're ready to build case, they don't want to jump at the first opportunity. They want to literally get all their ducks in a row, so therefore when they're ready to bring it to trial, they're going to win. Now in this footage right here, we're going to take a look at how the news covered the passing of Drakeo the Ruler.
Is over the scene of reports of a stabbing outside a concert at the Bank of California Stadium in Exposition Park, right near the Coliseum. The Once Upon a Time in LA concert is going on at the stadium tonight. LA City Fire tells us one person was stabbed and has been taken to the hospital. At this point, the person's condition is not clear. Among the acts performing at tonight's concert include Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and The Game. We will, of course, continue to follow this breaking news and bring you.
As you can see, when they reported the news, they didn't even realize that it was Drakeo the Ruler that got stabbed. They found out later on. Now, the thing that's coincidental to me, it's kind of funny. Wasn't YG pipping off at Verzuz talking about he almost didn't make it there? And who was the Verzuz against? Game. And when Drakeo the Ruler passed, he was supposed to be performing at a location. And who was one of the rappers that was supposed to be performing that night? Yeah. I mean, wow. Gotta take a sip on that one. Coincidences is real. Someone actually recorded the fight that happened that night. Now, some things might get a little blurry and a little shaky. We're gonna try to make the best of this as much as possible. Again, I'm just bringing you all of the information all at once versus just talking out of my mouth and expecting y'all to believe me on face card value. They say seeing is believing. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, what you think a video is worth? Let's go. That's the fight that happened that left Drakeo the Ruler fatally stabbed. That's no different than the battle rapper Pat Stay. Pat Stay wasn't a violent guy. He tended to like to push peace as much as he could. He was a gentle giant. For those who don't know, he was a part of the URL, Smack Battle Rap League. He was one of the top giants up there. But he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There was a guy that was looking for trouble. And Pat Stay was just at the club, normally just chilling. This is when he was...
Accused of killing Dartmouth battle rapper Pat Stay has been found guilty of second-degree murder by a Nova Scotia Supreme Court jury.
Now that this is done, like, this part's closed, but no, losing Pat will never be closure for that, but at least we can move forward with knowing that his murderer's in jail.
The clinching piece of evidence was surveillance video from the nightclub where Stay was stabbed nearly 3 years ago. The defense argued it was inconclusive, but the Crown said by process of elimination, the only person who could have carried out the stabbing was Drake.
I said that to say this. We got to be careful of the environment that we're in. Check the temperature, read the room. Look around. If your spider senses are tingling, don't go there. That's your vibration speaking to you. If you need a weapon, don't go. I'm not saying you don't have the right to bear arms. Trust me, I'm a Second Right Amendment guy. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I support the NRA. You cannot be a professional and be a gangster at the same time. You gotta pick a side. Sooner or later, Madam Destiny is gonna come calling. And you gotta choose what side are you on. Are you a tax-paying citizen, or are you a rebel of the streets and organized crime? You decide. Well, until then, y'all already know what to do. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. We're on our way up to 700. Help me to get there. And once we get to 700, let's go ahead and get to 1,000. When we get to 1,000, let's get to 1,500. I'm here to stay, baby. Join the squad. Until then, I'm out this bitch. Peace.